Donald Trump says Mexico should take out the cartels. But that's far easier said than done. Mexico's cartels aren't just criminal gangs. They're powerful, deeply rooted, and spread across the country. There are hundreds of armed groups, constantly changing and fighting each other. Mexico does want to fight the cartels, but it strongly rejects any foreign military intervention. So the question remains: can pressure from the US really solve a problem this complex? Mexico might seem a logical target for what Trump has framed as a war on drugs. It's the main producer of US-bound fentanyl, and the principal corridor for cocaine from Colombia. That makes it a far more significant player in the global drug trade than Venezuela. But Trump's description of the Mexican trafficking world, one dominated by a few cartels that can be swiftly defeated, is at odds with how the crime organizations actually operate, experts say. They're practically everywhere. For years, books, movies, and Netflix series have portrayed Mexican cartels as top-down organizations led by colorful drug lords like Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, whose Houdini-like escapes from prison turned him into a celebrity. In the 1980s and 1990s, a half-dozen such cartels dominated Mexico's trafficking industry, several based near the US border. Today, the criminal landscape has been transformed. Most of the old cartels have splintered. Around 400 groups of different sizes now operate around the country, said Eduardo Guerrero, director of Lantilla Intelligence, a Mexican consulting group that tracks them. They're practically everywhere, he said. The biggest ones have become more sophisticated and more complicated. The most powerful, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, is composed of around 90 organizations, Guerrero said, up from 45 just a few years ago. This fragmentation has meant that you'll need a more complex, more sophisticated strategy to weaken and dismember them, he said. Even snatching several of the top drug lords wouldn't necessarily cripple a trade worth billions of dollars a year. Mexican authorities tried that approach in an aggressive, decade-long hunt for narcotics kingpins starting around 2007. The Mexican military and police, backed by U.S. intelligence and equipment, arrested or killed dozens of leading cartel figures. But others emerged to take their place. Tons of drugs continued to flow over the U.S. border. Related article.